Welcome to the Jewel Church Accounting System training video on year-end closing procedures. Although closing procedures differ slightly for churches with a fiscal year end of December 31 and from churches with a fiscal year end of June 30, this training video is going to begin with the procedures for a church with a fiscal year end of December 31. The closing procedures for December, the last month of the year, are just the same as for any other month in the year. After posting your last offering for December, and I want to encourage you, don't rush that. Sometimes you might get money in the mail as late as January 5 or 6, potentially later, but that would be unusual. As long as the postmark is no later than December 31, you should include those offerings with the December report. Once that last offering has been posted, and you answer the question, no more offerings in December, then the month-end step process begins with remit to conference, send the remittance report, make budget allocations, reconcile your bank statement, and finally, print month-end reports. Once you have printed the December month-end reports, this is what you will see as your next step. Print year-end reports. In most cases, this includes only one report. When you click on Print Year-End Reports, you're going to see this message box pop up. You're about to print fiscal year-end reports and close the year. And then the next sentence talks about how your accounts have been set up, so it may read differently on your computer. This particular sample church has their maintenance and properties set up such that no sub-accounts will be posted or zeroed out. Now, if you have requested that your sub-accounts be zeroed out, it will tell you that in this message box. And then it tells you how to change if you want to change, to change whether it's going to be zeroed out or not zeroed out. So it gives you an option of saying, no, I don't want to do this just yet because I want different settings for my sub-accounts. Or you can say, yes, you are sure you want to print the reports and to close the year. If you have your properties set such as this one, no sub-accounts will be posted or zeroed out, then actually nothing special is going to be happening when you close the year per se. The only time when anything special happens as part of the year-end closing is if you have requested sub-accounts to be zeroed out. Because no sub-accounts will be zeroed out in this sample church, I'm going to say yes, that I am sure I want to print reports and close the year. It's going to ask me now if reports have printed correctly. I will select yes, and Jewel now takes us directly to the next step, which is choose Form 1099 payments. I'm going to actually cancel this because I don't want to do that right now. There is a separate training video that is available on how to choose Form 1099 payments in Jewel. For now, we're going to bypass it, and I want to let you know that it's okay if you bypass that and do this process later. I will select it, and the way to bypass it is say OK. OK brings us to this message box. Are you finished choosing Form 1099 payments? And the fact is, yes, we're through with that for right now. We'll come back to that later. So I'll select yes. The next process that comes up, the next step, is print receipts. Print receipts is another thing that is okay to do now if you're ready. But if you'd rather do it later and you just need to get the year closed and move on to January so you can post January offerings, I want to encourage you that it's okay to skip printing receipts right now. Just make sure you do it no later than mid-January to give yourself a little time to get those delivered by the deadline of January 31. To skip printing receipts now, go up and find the little word Offerings, left click, and select Skip Receipts. There is a message box that reminds you that you can come back and print receipts later, and then it confirms that you really want to skip printing receipts now, and you can say yes. The next step that comes is to back up data. You can select OK once you've inserted your backup media, and it tells you that's finished, and now you make the backup to the conference server. This should be familiar now because this is the normal final closing for each month end. Here in the left-hand section of the screen, we can see that we're now in the January of the new year. You can go ahead and start new offerings, you can post checks, you can do your routine things, but please don't forget that you still need to print receipts if you did not print them before closing the year. And if you did not do your Choose 1099 reports, you need to do that as well. Please note that there will be separate training videos for each of those things. Thank you and Happy New Year.